Hello and welcome to the Houston Fall Home and Garden Show Exhibitor webinar. We put on this webinar to help our exhibitors prepare for the show and have a successful show. We're excited to be presenting this to you, and hopefully you find it helpful. I am Dave Mon, I'm the show manager, and then Lindsay Reinars is our operations coordinator, and Lucy Ferguson, our show coordinator. So they'll get an opportunity to speak shortly. We want to thank our sponsors and partners of the show, the Houston Humane Society, American Furniture Warehouse, Tough Shed, and 3% Realty. We couldn't do the show without them and appreciate their impact on the show and their support. If you are interested in sponsorship opportunities, it can be a great way to stand out from competitors and bring more awareness to you as an exhibitor in the show. We have a number of different opportunities. The presenting show sponsorship, that would be you're on the billboards, you're on all of our advertising, TV, radio, everything. A little late to get in on that one, but you could be in a future show. Online ticket sponsor is a great sponsorship. It allows you to ask 2 questions of anyone who buys a ticket online for the show, and then you get all their responses. So let's say you're a flooring company and you wanted to ask people if they plan to redo or remodel their flooring in the next 12 months. You could ask that question and then get all the responses and contact information from those people. So online ticket sponsorship is great. Parking sponsor, you'd be able to, people would get a discounted rate to park at the facility, and you'd be able to put a flyer or marketing material on their vehicle as they park at the show. Entrance sponsor, you'd be able to hand out flyers or marketing material right at the front. Aisle sponsorship, that's a great sponsorship. Our least expensive, $500, you get an aisle sign and also 2 floor decals in the show and are listed on our website as a sponsor. And then stage sponsorship, we do a bunch of different presentations from the stage all week or all weekend long. And every time we would have an announcement, your company would be listed as the stage sponsor. So it would be repeated over and over again during the show. So if you're interested, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. My contact information will be coming up a little bit later. As I mentioned, on the right-hand side are the people that are talking. I am Dave Mon, the show manager on the right. And then next to me is Lucy Ferguson, and then Lindsay Reinars, Paul Grazda, Curtis Brown, Sarah Edwards, and Laura Martin are our sales reps. So that's our home show team, and we'll be working with you throughout the week of the show. So today we're going to talk about tickets. We're going to talk about parking, entrances, move in, move out, how we market the show, booth setup and rules, and then tips and tricks for a successful show. All right, Lindsay, you want to take this one?
Yes, of course. We don't want to forget that Joe Mazza is going to be on the Fresh Ideas stage. We're super excited to have him from HGTV's Home Inspector Joe. He'll be on stage on Friday and Saturday. We also have the Houston Humane Society, who are going to do a pet showcase both Friday and Saturday. They'll have some cute pets waiting to be adopted, waiting to find their forever home. So I'm excited about that. And moving on here, we also have some other highlights. We have a designer shed village. So we're going to have 4 sheds set up and decorated, and it's a great way for attendees to get ideas on how to transform a shed as a place to work, relax, create, or welcome guests. Another thing that I'm super excited about is our sports lounge. There'll be lots of sports going on this time of year. And so if you want to take a break from walking the aisles and doing some shopping, head over to the sports lounge. You can catch some live games that will be streaming on some TVs, and you won't need to worry about missing any of your favorite teams playing that weekend.
Yeah, and also really cool, we're going to have the Houston Rockets and the Houston Dynamo and Dash at the show, and they're going to be over there in that same area, giving out some merchandise and selling merchandise. And we actually will even have some exhibitor prizes for those that renew their booth space on site to get free tickets to some of those sporting events.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited about that. Just a reminder about ticket prices and show hours. So tickets are $10 at the box office. If you get it online, for adults, it's $8. Seniors also $8, but that's in-person box office only. And as we do at all our shows, children 16 and under are free. And just a reminder that on Friday, the show will run from noon to 8 p.m., Saturday 10 to 8 p.m., and Sunday 11 to 6 p.m.
All right. So for exhibitor tickets, every exhibitor is going to receive a link to send out 20 tickets to friends, family, whoever. Nothing has changed if you did our February show in Houston. It's still the same. You get the link, you click on it, and then you put in people's emails that you want to send tickets to for them to redeem. They'll be free, and if you need more tickets, just let us know. It's a pretty easy process, but yeah, any issues, just shoot me a call or an email. And then next slide, please, Dave. Oh yeah, sorry, never mind. I was looking at my screen.
You want this slide?
Yeah, sorry. I was looking
Okay.
at my screen instead of the webinar screen. And then, yeah, like I said, all the exhibitors are going to receive 20 tickets. That email is going to get sent out September 1st, or depending on when you're watching this, it was sent out September 1st. It does have a tendency to get filtered into your spam folder. So if you're not finding it, just double check your spam folder. And then if you're still not finding it, just let me know and I'll get you a new link sent over.
Even the email filters know you, Lucy.
Yeah, it's got good taste, not gonna lie. And then for parking, the Energy Center, there will be free parking during move-in. You don't have to worry about that. But starting on Friday during the show days, it's going to be $24 a day with unlimited in and out from the lot. Or you can do $20, but that's just going to get you one in and out for that day. Attendee parking, they're also going to pay $20. They'll want to park in the orange lot. That's going to get you closest to Exhibit Hall A, where the show is taking place.
All right, awesome. So, and just as a reminder, we've got at that show tons of parking behind the building. So if you know, you don't have to worry about, well, what do I do with my trailer or something like that. Like there's plenty of surface parking behind the facility, back by the docks. So no problem at all to park there. If you want to take advantage of a parking pass, then you're going to park in that area behind the docks. If you wanted to do just the $20 a day and you don't plan to come in and out, that would be in the orange lot in front of the building. So two different spots there. We have special days at this show. One of those days is going to be Friday, and we call it Hero Day. So anyone who is active or retired military, firefighter, medical professionals, police officers, and other first responders, they get free admission to the show on Friday, which is it's just a way that we say thank you to all of those people. And then on Sunday, we also have a free admission for teachers. So if you know any teachers or if you know any retired military personnel, firefighters spread the word that they get in free on those days, on those hero days or on the teacher day. Next, entrance and exit and will call. So we have one entrance and exit to this show. And in order to come in and out of the show, you've got to have a badge. You've got to have an exhibitor badge. Exhibitor badges are picked up at the show office desk, which is right in that same lobby to the entrance. So really easy to find. Make sure that your employees, those working the show, actually pick up those exhibitor badges and have those so that they don't get stopped as they try to come into the show. Will call is also going to be located at the box office for attendees and tickets. So if you're looking out from, or you're looking into the show from the entrance, the box office would be on your right and the registration desk would be on your left. Badges that are not picked up during move-in will move over to the will call, which is there at the box office. And that happens Friday at 11. And then will call will be available throughout the show. All right, back to you, Lucy.
All right. So if you are doing any sort of food sampling or beverage sampling at the show, you will need to get a food permit for the weekend. There are 2 forms that you'll have to get submitted. One goes to us, the show team, and the other will get sent to the health department. Those forms are on the exhibitor kit on the show site. And if you have any issues, there's my information. But we will need it. You will have to get that done ahead of time from the show.
Okay, well, I'll take it for the next couple of slides here. So let's talk about move-in schedule. So as you can see on this map, we do have designated days for you to move in. We do ask that you please stick to your assigned day. That way we're not driving in front of each other's booths, and it really creates chaos if people are just coming whenever. So if you could just come in your designated time, we've got a Wednesday move-in, Thursday move-in, and then keep in mind too, on Thursday, there is no driving in past 2 p.m. This is so the decorator can start laying carpet. So you can cart or hand carry things in after that time, but just please make sure that you're sticking to the schedule. You can find it if you are wanting to look at it closer, print it out. It's in the exhibitor kit. If you go to the Houston Fall Home and Garden Show at the bottom of the page, just click exhibitor kit and you'll see the move-in schedule there as well. Okay, as far as move out, so we will start moving out on Sunday, but after the show ends at 6 p.m. So keep that in mind. We don't want anybody leaving earlier than that. Vehicles will not be allowed to drive up to booth space prior to 8 p.m. on Sunday. That is because the carpet is getting rolled. So a hand cart and carry only during that time. All exhibits and vehicles must be 100% removed from the building grounds no later than Monday at 12 p.m., Monday, September 19th. And also, again, a reminder, please don't start breaking down your exhibit until the show ends at 6 p.m. on Sunday. We do have people who are visiting the show late on Sunday, and it just looks so much better if everybody can keep their booths up until that time.
Yeah, I was actually at our show in February. We had a couple that I noticed they bought a ticket right around 4:45, almost 5 o'clock, and on Sunday, and they one of our exhibitors told me that they spent $15,000 with them in that last hour of the show. So we still have people shopping who really are there and want to see all of the exhibit spaces. Maybe they weren't able to get there earlier. So it is something that we really, really need our exhibitors' help in making sure that everyone stays until 6 p.m. on Sunday. So marketing the show, that is something that we really take seriously and really want to do a good job of. It is, we are one of those show promoters who spend a lot of money in advertising and marketing the show. Our marketing budget is $157,000 for this show, and we advertise in TV, radio, billboards, digital. We also have mailers and OTT ads on streaming services like Hulu and Sling, YouTube ads. We really have our advertising as many places as possible. We wanted to show a couple examples of what we do. One is a mailer that we send out to homeowners and people who have recently either refinanced their homes or purchased a new home and got a new home loan. We send out 4 free tickets to the show to individuals like that. And the reason that for that is many times those are the people who need the most work in their home or are looking to make an improvement or update their home. So they're an example of a great customer and consumer at the show. And then we also send emails prior to the show. This is an example of it. We do some 2-for-1 ticket offers and do some other things to encourage people to come to the show. Here's an example of our billboard from our February show. So that one, don't worry about the date. Don't get freaked out by that. That's from February, not our upcoming show. You'll see that our upcoming one, the billboard's out very soon. And we also do a virtual showroom. And this is something that I often will get questions, or I actually will often get emails from people who attended the show who want to contact one of the exhibitors in the show, but their exhibitor listing is not set up. So if you haven't yet, please, this is a reminder to you to make sure you set up your exhibitor listing. So when someone goes to our website, there's an option to be able to find exhibitors in the show, and they can click on that and then look at exhibitors by category. And if an exhibitor has filled out their information, their website shows up. If they're doing some kind of show special, it shows up. Their contact information, all of that is all there. But if you haven't gone in and done that, that information wouldn't be there. It would only be the basic information that we have for you. So it would be more difficult for them to be able to reach you. So make sure that you've done that exhibitor listing and that it's up to date. If you need it, please reach out to one of us and we'd be happy to send you the exhibitor listing link so that you can update your information and your customers can find you. All right, who is it, Lindsay?
It's me, yes, thanks, Dave. So just a few reminders of how to exhibit like an expert. So here are a few do's. Please cover the flooring of your entire booth space. If you don't have anything that you can use, you can rent it from Gems. They'll set it up for you. Gems is a decorator and you can rent from them online. The link for that is also on the exhibitor kit that I talked about earlier on our website. Please stay within your contracted space. And also please have your tables skirted, just like the example that you can see here on the slide. Please use professionally made signs. I know that you probably have great handwriting and great art skills, but if we could just have the signs made professionally, that would be perfect. And also staff your booth during show hours. The booths just look so much better if there's somebody there, and you might miss a customer who's walking by who might have a question. And so it's just better just to have somebody at your booth. Okay, electrical do's and don'ts. So please don't daisy chain cords together. We wouldn't do that ourselves, and so we ask that you don't do it as well. We don't want to burn the building down. That's not what we're there for. And if you could just please be smart with how you are using, any electrical devices or anything, not to put too many in. Make sure you have a surge protector. We just want to keep things safe.
Yeah, and if you don't know what daisy chaining is, it's taking one of those like surge protectors and then plugging in another one into that one. So our electrical will come out of the pocket, and the electrician will set it up for you. And then it would be you taking one of those power strips and then plugging in another power strip into that power strip so that you can have double the amount. It's a fire hazard, and our fire marshal gets not too happy when he sees that. So as Lindsay said, heads up on that.
Yes, thank you.
Right. And speaking of electricity, it does not come with your booth. So if you need to order that, you order it from the facility. You can find a link for that on the exhibitor kit on the show site. The discount deadline is coming up. It's August 29th. That is where you can get, if you book it ahead of time, you do save a little bit of money. Like Dave said, they'll set it up for you. You'll have a power strip waiting for you. Same with if you need gas, water, if you need additional internet, you can order that. The facility does have free internet. It's just about a 3 to 5 megabytes speed. So if you do need a more dedicated line, you can order it. And then Jim's is our show decorator. So if you are missing any booth furnishings, tables, chairs, a whole bunch of stuff, you can order them ahead of time through them. They will be on site if you need to order anything on site. They're just slightly more limited on what they'll have. They'll have some carpeting and stuff like that, but they'll be on site to assist you. And then important reminders. So what your booth does come with is an 8-foot black curtain behind you and a 3-foot curtain on either side of you to separate your neighbors. Once again, utilities and furniture are not included with the price of your booth space. Those are ordered separately. You don't have to order them if you don't need them. If you have your own furniture, super. If you don't need electricity, no worries. If you are smaller than a 20 by 20 booth, you cannot exceed 8 feet high for your decorations. Like what Lindsay said earlier, all signs have to be professionally made. Handwritten signs are not allowed, and they don't look very nice. That's why we don't allow them. And then booth walls if you are going to put up temporary walls for your booth, they do need to be finished on both sides. It looks a lot cleaner. And most importantly, you do have to have floor covering for your booth space. We aisle our carpets and cover up the concrete there. So we need you to cover up the concrete in your booked space.
Yeah, I did actually have someone ask me last time on this exhibit booth walls what that meant. And it's basically if you go and you build a wall, let's say you have you drywall and frame and drywall a wall, it's got to be finished on both sides. If you don't build a wall, if you don't have that and you just have your pipe and drape and then maybe banners and things like that, then you don't have to worry about it. It would only be those that actually construct something in their booth space.
And I just want to add that I love that Lucy said we aisle our carpets. That's my favorite line.
I didn't even realize. We do very heavily aisle our own carpets.
Nice job, Lucy. I didn't even catch it. So successful exhibitors. This is something I get asked a lot by exhibitors. They ask for advice and opinions on what makes exhibitors successful and what makes them not. And so a few things that I wanted to know. First, booth location matters. The last time we did this, I talked about how in the movie Shrek, Shrek says to Donkey, yeah, sure, it's big enough, but look at the location when he's talking about the dragon's castle. And I think about that when I think of booth location. It really does matter where you are in the show. If you're right at the very beginning, you're going to see everyone. If you're at the very back, not everyone will probably reach you. So that matters. Also, sometimes if you're a certain product, people aren't ready to buy when they first walk in, but they might be at the middle of the show. So it really does matter. And and it's something that you want to understand and test to determine what booth location is best for you. Next is to be approachable in your booth space. I've seen so many exhibit spaces, and there's a lot of them that are really good and some of them that are not so good. And there's a lot of people who are just sitting there on their phone. There's people that just look really unhappy to be there. There's other people where maybe the boss purchased the booth space and his employees don't show up or show up late. It really does matter to be approachable. That doesn't mean you have to sit there and stare at people, or run them down in the aisleway. In fact, we don't want you to do that. But it's being approachable and being someone that someone wants to go and talk to. Next is display and focus on what you want to sell. Sometimes exhibitors think, oh, I do this and I do this and I do a bunch of different things or provide a bunch of different services. That's great. And it might come up in a discussion, but your very best if you focus on what you do best. So focus on whatever that might be. If I'm a window company and I do also roofing, I need to pick which of those products I want to focus on and talk about first before I talk about the other things. Next is people want a consultant, not a salesperson. They want someone that gives them advice and gives them their opinion, and they're not the expert. They came to the home show because they're not the expert in that thing. They want someone who can give them advice and help them to be able to achieve whatever it is that they want in their home. Ask questions and listen to what people say. How few salespeople actually will ask good questions and instead just recite some prepared, speech or pitch. Make sure your salespeople ask good questions and listen to what people say. Have a goal and measure it. So often I talk to a company and they'll say, I'll ask them if they had a good show and they can't tell me because they don't measure and they don't have a goal. They don't know what would determine whether or not they had a good show. And the last one is to follow up. It's really frustrating for me whenever I talk to people. I was talking to someone just a couple weeks ago who said that they contacted 4 of our exhibitors from the last show, and none of them were able to come out and give them a bid. So make sure you go out and follow up. If you just do that, you're going to be so much better off than a lot of the other exhibitors in the show. We wanted to show a little promo video that we created from the last show in February to just kind of give a sense of what the show is like and let it be a little more visual for those who are new exhibitors and haven't been in the show yet. All right, so hopefully that was helpful. Gives you some ideas of what exhibit spaces look like and what the overall show looks like. Just a reminder, show office is located next to the entrance. So easy, really easy for you to find us. It's just right there at the front of the show in the entrance. We show hours, the office hours are Wednesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Friday, it's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So if you have any questions, if you have any needs, you can contact us, reach us there at the show office. And it's, like I said, located right there at the entrance. And here's our contact information. This is probably your favorite part, probably the best slide of the whole thing.
I agree.
You think so, yeah. You've got my contact information there at the top, and then Lindsay's and Lucy's. And I was thinking, if anyone actually made it this far, they probably deserve some kind of treat. Don't you guys think?
Absolutely.
Like some kind of prize. In fact, I think there might be actually something hidden in this presentation. Should we tell them what it is, or probably not? Probably just wait and see if anyone finds it.
Yeah, well, there's technically two things hidden in the slideshow.
That's true. Yeah, there are two things hidden. So I guess if you give us either one, what those two things are. One of them relates to a movie, and another one relates to
a personal style choice.
A personal style choice. I like that. Okay. So if you can tell us what those are, we'll have a special prize for you at the show. So make sure you find one of us, let us know, and we'll get you the prize. Also, if you have any questions, anything comes up from this webinar, please reach out to us. We recognize that if you're successful, we're successful. So we want to make sure that you have a great show, and we're here to help you do that. All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. See ya.